Welcome, Gemini. Welcome, truth seekers. We are going to talk about March 2020, but the butt end of March, Gemini friends, my communicators, my talkers, Gemini ascendant, Gemini rising. We are going to cover the new moon in Aries. I'm going to give you the dates, I'm going to give you the degrees, and we're going to go over what is going to be giving you stress at this time, where you're going to be getting support, and where to set your new moon intentions. And Gemini, I'm loving this new moon for you. So let's dive deep into the all astrology. Alrighty, we are going to have a new moon at 4 degrees in Aries. All right, Aries energy is the initiator. I love starting things because when I do, every time I do, I somehow discover something new about me. And there is nothing more satisfying than the Aryan energy than discovering something new about itself, because Aries is the ego. It is the self. Also recognize that Aries is our body. It also represents our head. So exoteric and esoteric understandings is physical head, right? But also our thinking, because Aries tend to be impulsive. So your 11th house is where your Aryan energy is located. Now, the new moon happens at 4 degrees Aries. So go by the degrees. I always recommend this because the chart I'm looking at, right? I use a tropical Placidus system because it's the system I feel most comfortable with at this time. Who knows? In years, I plan, I've been a big studier of Vedic astrology and I still love Vedic astrology. But I like incorporating both of their understandings. But who knows? In some years, maybe I'll be using a different chart. But for right now, this is what I use and what I'm comfortable with. And I recommend to do the same for you. However, if I'm telling you something here, and if it doesn't sound like it matches what you're looking at, it could be because the chart you're looking at doesn't match the chart I have. And there's reasons. So if you're new, comment your stuff down below. If nothing else, you can get put into our free reading rotation where we will hook you up eventually. There is a wait. Or we can give you comments. You watch the videos, you got questions, you ask, I reply. Right? This is how it works. You contribute to the community. We contribute 110% right back at you. 4 degrees of Aries is your house of friendships. The 11th house is also the house of financial gains because it's where we hope. It's what we, it's what we dream for. Don't get confused with the 12th house. 12th house is literally dreams, like we go to sleep and we have these dreams that come in. The 11th house is our oh, one day I want to have this. Oh, one day I want to have that. Okay, one day I want to be the leader of, right? Because you have Aries there, right? So you want to be the leader of something. What is it, right? How do you find out? You understand that Mars rules Aries energy, okay? So if you go to find Mars in your chart, that Mars and the sign that it's in will help you to understand. The sign in the house that it's in helps you to understand. It gives you more meaning of that 11th house. It fills the 11th house up because it says whether I have any planets there or not, this is what this house means actually. I thought I didn't have planets, but you do. If you don't know how to do that, comment and I will help you to understand that. It's not a big deal. This is what I'm here for. This is what I do. So the new moon is all about wishing. Now, are you understanding why I'm excited about this? Because you have the energy of the new moon, which is I want to set an intention, I want to make a wish, in the house of wishes and intentions. So Gemini ascendant, Gemini rising, do not waste this valuable, powerful, life-changing energy that is at your fingertips. But I put in a word of caution to be smart about it, meaning don't be impulsive, all right? Think it through. Develop the Aries energy and say, what is it do I really want? Bottom line, at the end of the day, when I go to sleep, what is it that I really want? And write that stuff down maybe, okay? Or speak it, all right? You're not going to do that until the day after the new moon, all right? But before we get there, let me talk about the supportive energy that you have for the new moon. And let me also tell you about some energy that's going to be creating an uncomfortable T-square so that you're prepared, so that you don't get discouraged. This is happening for everybody, regardless of the rising sign, but I'm going to explain it to you in what areas of your life it's happening so that this is definitely a specific Gemini reading, basically. As usual, follow the degrees, though, because there's nothing more specific than that. Now, we have Taurus at 4 degrees in Uranus at this time. Now, Taurus energy will semi-sextile this new moon. And it's the exact degree, 4, right? So this is beautiful. Uranus energy is innovative. It thinks outside of the box. And being in Taurus, it's about what do I value? So you have support in figuring out what you value. Uranus is going to be sending you information. It's saying, because Taurus means what I love and what I value. That is what it means. And so Uranus being there means that it has made life uncomfortable for you. It has shaken up your subconscious mind. And it has said, you weren't aware of this, because that's what Uranus does. And it says, but here we go. We're going to raise some things up into your consciousness, into your level of awareness, and make you look at it. And it's going to take things that you subconsciously thought were important and kind of rustle them up, throw them up in the air, see if they fall back down and where things stand, and is that still important to you? This can also bring in a lot of super metaphysical stuff at this time through ways of dreams. If you got Uranus transiting through your 12th house, pay attention to your dreams. You may get information, right, about what you should be wishing for in your dreams at this time, okay? This is going to be vital. Now, we are also experiencing a lot of Earth support because as a Gemini ascendant, Gemini rising, you then would have your Cancer energy and your Capricorn energy over in your, let me look here, Cancer and Capricorn. Yeah, it's going to be in your 2nd house and your 8th house. Now, the 2nd house is your resources, your values. It is what you desire. Your 8th house is other folks' resources, other folks' money, right? Their values, what they desire. But the 8th house isn't just about them because it's a place of where we merge with other folks' money. So for a lot of people, this 8th house is the person they're married to, right? When we say, oh, this is happening in your 8th house, and it's like, okay, this is your spouse's money. You're married to this person, but it's your shared resources, right? You live in the same place typically when you're married, okay? You typically have shared bank accounts, typically. I understand there are those, the exceptions to those rules. I get it. But it is my values and others' values, my shared values, that is making an uncomfortable T-square to this new moon, okay? It is challenging it. So it's my resources and others' resources that completely and totally somehow add stress to what your dreams are because it's squaring your 11th house. Your 11th house is where the Aries energy of this is what I want, this is what my hopes and dreams are, right? This is my ultimate goal. Like one day I want this, I want to go to Disneyland or whatever the hell people wish for. $1 million, win the lottery type of thing. Well, you're getting the house of income and the house of shared resources are somehow squaring this. Don't be discouraged, okay? Don't let that, don't let the doubt set in, all right? This is a transiting square by the nodes. It is a 4 degrees north node in Cancer. It is a 4 degrees south node in Capricorn. Understand that the nodes represent what we're leaving behind and what we're moving forward to. I will attach a video below that goes into more depth about that because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time here on that other than it's about what you're releasing, what you're leaving behind, and what you're moving forward to. And so the north node in Cancer is what you're heading towards. And this is in your 2nd house of money, of resources, of what I value. And so that is kind of sending this uncomfortableness to this new moon at the time, okay? But recognize you need to pay attention to the 2nd house because after all, it is where you're headed. Now, I want you to also be aware of Gemini, Ascendant Gemini rising, that very soon we're going to be having eclipses in your sign. The eclipses begin in June/July of this year, 2020, where we now have, the nodes have moved into the axis of Gemini and Sagittarius. So changes are coming. big changes. And these changes will have everything to do with who you are, how you look, where you live, what you do for a living, what happens in your home, okay? Who you are living with, who you're married to or not married to. Eclipses happen and change comes. If you are not sure or if you want your chart, comment your stuff below and I will get you into the rotation because you do have a year of changes, the next 2 years roughly. Well, I need to see your numbers, bottom line. I don't want to make any blanket statements, but I just wanted you to know that in advance. So knowing that helps you to really say, if change is coming, then let's change, right? But you got to know what it is you want when you're making a change. Let me talk about the Capricorn energy, okay? This Capricorn energy where we have all these planets, we still have a megastellium. We still have tons of planets in Capricorn, folks. We've got Saturn at 2959 Capricorn. We have Pluto at 2442. We have Jupiter at 2302. And we have Mars at 2352. So you want to look in your chart to see what other planets, if you have other planets in the other Earth signs. See if you have anything in the last decan of Taurus. See if you have anything in the last decan of Virgo. Your Taurus and your Virgo energies are located in your 12th house of dreams. That's Taurus. And so that means your Virgo energy is placed in your 4th house down in your home. Okay. So if you have planets in the last 10 degrees, this is going to be a sweet time. Now, if you have planets in Virgo and Taurus, because we already know about the stellium I just listed up here in Capricorn, that means you're going to have a grand Earth trine. And this means bada bing, baby. Good things are going to happen. And it could definitely be by way of new work, new money, beautiful benefits to your home. So do yourself a favor. If you don't know, comment below. All right, Gemini, Ascendant, Gemini rising. You got any questions, let me know. If not, I hope this has put some light upon your path. Bye.